We're going to talk about how to get more credit repair clients. This is not necessarily for beginners. This is for credit repair business owners that are already doing maybe 5 to 10K a month or more. So watch the entire video. If you need a more beginner friendly video, go to my channel and you can get tapped in over there. So basically what we're going to talk about how to increase your show up and closing rate. We're going to talk about the consequences of not doing it the correct way. And then we're going to talk about what you should implement based on where you're at. And then we're going to talk about how you can work with me if you want to stop wasting any more time and losing out on additional money. So let's get straight to it. So, too long, didn't watch, answer. Simply stated, you need a bulletproof lead generation system and you need a bulletproof sales system. But watch the entire video. If you're a business owner, you're looking to get better. So, watch it. So, the sales process, pretty much, you got to just be aware if you can't have any sales without marketing that's bringing in leads. And if your sales is trash, it's disrespectful to your marketing because you're not going to be able to get to the next level. You're not going to be able to close sales if you don't have your marketing on point. So we have to make sure that we understand that business is simply marketing and sales. If you have a marketing problem, then you need to fix that before we talk about sales. So most people don't respect the sales process because they're trying to meet someone today and sell them right away. You're basically meeting a girl today and then you're trying to sleep with her on the same day. Like you got to relax with that. You know what I'm saying? And then the reality, I understand that business is not, I'm not going to say it's like, I'm not going to say it's easy, but it is simple. Like these principles I'm telling you to implement is going to be simple. Sometimes things take time. A lot of these gurus online, they might come to you and be like, oh, this is super simple, super easy, but they're not speaking in reality, right? I'm gonna come on here and tell y'all the real shit because at the end of the day, to be transparent, my business is gonna continue making the money it's making. We're gonna continue doing what we need to do because of our back end systems. I want to come on here and give y'all best practices so y'all can, grow y'all businesses. So the reality, sometimes, especially when you're just starting, the sales cycle can take months, years, you know what I'm saying? So just keep in mind that your sales cycle can take at least 90 days and even up to over a year before someone feels comfortable to do business with you. But the importance is implementing these systems as soon as possible, as I'm telling you to implement them, right? So keep that in mind. But we want to shorten the sales cycle, obviously. So the best way to shorten the sales cycle and build trust is respecting the 7 hour rule. And this is going to be through creating long form, valuable YouTube videos consistently. The same way I'm doing for y'all here. If you go to my channel, you'll see videos like me talking about deleting bankruptcy, deleting collections, charge offs, and all that. That's for the credit repair clients. This type of long form videos for y'all, that the credit repair business owners. So make that distinction and keep that in mind. So the main issue with not having a bulletproof lead generation system is that it's going to make it nearly impossible to implement closing more credit repair clients because you need something to work with, all right? If you can't attract the leads in, if you can't attract the sales calls, what are you closing, right? What show up rate are you going to have? You have to have something to work with. So that's why it's important to implement a bulletproof lead generation system. And if you watched my videos before, you know the CAC credit bulletproof scaling system. If you're not in our paid program, then you don't know it on like a deep level in terms of how to implement it, but you probably know it on a generic level. So this is a CAC credit bulletproof scaling system that I want y'all to be familiar with. And it's basically the client journey. So people become a new engager, and the way you're going to attract them, it could be IG, like IG Reels. Obviously, you can do in person, however you do it. But the main ways are going to be content and ads. And then YouTube, obviously, right? So YouTube is right here. And when I say YouTube, I'm talking about long form videos like this where you're giving the sauce. That's what I recommend that you really rely on a lot as a foundation of your business. That's how we generate a lot of our sales calls. Majority of our sales calls that close right away are coming from YouTube. People that watched my YouTube, they got nurtured over there. My sales team literally loves when we have people that come from YouTube because it's like a layup. It's an easy close, right? And we're going to talk about increasing the show up rate, the closing rate in a little bit. So, bear with me. So people become new engager, they come to the top of your funnel. Eventually they watch your content, you drop in the sauce, you know what I'm saying? The way that people watch me, now they know, like, trust me. Okay, now they're gonna become a follower. They're gonna become a follower. The beautiful thing about the YouTube algorithm and why I love it is that when someone watches one of your videos or a couple of your videos, they're gonna keep showing it to them. You got playlists, right? If you go to my channel, you see playlists over there. So you get more familiar with me. Now you're knowing me, now you're liking me, now you're trusting me. Now you're getting into the program, and then you're going to become a case study. That's how this stuff works, right? So they become a follower. You could have an editor if you want, or if you're just getting started, you want to save some of your expenses, just do it basic. So then they watch your VSL. This is a form of a VSL because at the end of the video, I'm going to be like, oh, if you want to work with us, you could book a call in the description, which you can do now too. If you just wanted to not watch the entire video, if you want to save time, do whatever. Because at the end of the day, YouTube is going to be like the lead magnet, and then it's leading you into our paid program where we're going to help you make more money, right? This is how business works. So you got your VSL content, like I said, could be IG and YouTube. And then when you're running ads, I don't recommend you run ads until you're making at least 15K a month. You're able to do retargeting ads. And retargeting ads are powerful because it could just be a simple swipe up after someone's seen you. And it's just having these different touch points to where people are eventually going to do business with you because I think it's the 7-11-4 rule. I've spoke about the 7 hours. I try to keep it simple by talking about just 7 hours of content. They have to see you 7 hours, 11 touch points for I think it's four different platforms, right? So then we have the call to action. The call to action, like I told y'all, for this particular video, book a call in the description. If you want to get on a sales call with my team or enrollment call, as we like to call them, and then you can get into our paid program. We'll help you, you know, get to the next level. So people become a lead, right? And notice the different colors. When they first find you, they're gonna be cold because they don't know you, they don't fuck with you necessarily. So they gotta, get acclimated to your stuff. They become a follower, right? Now they becoming yellow. Hopefully, too, by the way that you're articulating, the way that you're presenting yourself, these are not cheap people. We do credit repair for small business owners. Small business owners, they have better risk versus the average 9 to 5er that's just working a scamming ass 9 to 5, right? Nothing wrong with working a scamming ass 9 to 5. But if you're coming to my business and you're saying like you're paycheck to paycheck and all that, respectfully, we don't want to do business with you because we don't want to take the last of your money, right? So the way you present yourself in your content is gonna attract your ideal person. So by the time they're in the yellow, they're getting warmer. By the time they're red hot, okay, now it's time to have a conversation with you or someone on your sales team. So someone on my sales team, as far as the credit repair side, I have a sales team that handles that. If they're too backed up, like back to back calls, if I'm available, I might hop on a call, but I haven't hopped on a call in a while, to be honest. So I don't want to get people's hopes up. If you book a call, that is going to be me. It's most likely not going to be me. It's going to be someone on my team. But anyways, so conversation with you or someone on your team, maybe in the DMs or however, right? It's going to lead to a call. Then you give them your offer, your credit repair offer. Maybe it's 1 to 2,000, right? Our credit repair offer is more. How do I say it? Expensive is not the word. It's costly, right? Because it's a costly solution to help you get rid of those negative items so you can go get your 50 to 100K in funding. You're not going to spend 200, invest 200, $100, $1,000 credit repair with our company because we know our worth, right? And we know the results we got in people. So keep that in mind. So then they become a customer, right? So then you onboard them. If you have course material, you have a community, coaching calls, whatever, and then you get them the results, obviously. And then you get them into your ascension offer, which is going to be your funding offer. I'm hoping, right? If you're doing things the right way, you're going to do a case study video with them. You're going to throw that back into your ads. And then it goes back to the top of the funnel. And then you do it again. So new engager, et cetera, right? So that's how the CAC Credit Bulletproof scaling system works. I definitely recommend you implement it. If you're just watching my free videos, you can do what you can based off of the free information I'm giving you. But if you want to do it the right way, you're supposed to come to the source. So book a call in the description. You can get tapped in with us, and we'll make you an offer if we feel like we can help you. If we feel like we can't help you, we will not make you an offer. But you can book a call in the description if you want to. Y'all see how that's a call to action. So obviously you need your bulletproof lead generation system because we have to have leads coming in, and then we're going to have our bulletproof sales system. So once we have something to work with, we have to be aware that you need a sales system to close these clients. Y'all see how it's step one, step two? Marketing comes as far as you pre-selling your content, you attracting these people the same way I showed y'all with that funnel. And now we talk about sales. We can't talk about sales if we don't have nothing coming in. That don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. So we're simply focused on increasing two variables. with the sales system, bulletproof sales system is I want to keep it simple. Like I said, it's simple, not necessarily easy. It's going to take you time. You're going to increase your show up rate, you're going to increase your closing rate. Increase one of the two. If you can increase both, even better. You're going to make way more money. So, bulletproof sales call system has the following elements. So, like I said, increase show up rate. So, we're going to increase the amount of exposure these prospects have to you prior to the call. That goes back to what I said with the 7 hour rule. If we can make sure that these people are consuming as much of our content prior to the call, then we're good. What does our application look like when people apply for credit repair? On our application, you'll see we are not cheap. Do you have at least $1,000 to invest in yourself? Because we do have payment plans, but we just want to make sure we're getting the right people. If someone is cheap, once they see that question, they're not going to say, "Oh, yes, I have this." They're going to be like, "Oh, no, I wanted a $200 credit repair. Let me go to the cheap people," right? So you want to screen these people, right? So that's what we do as well, as far as making sure we're attracting the right people. Then we're going to increase the closing rate. So increase the closing rate is going to lead to implementing a sales call structure framework, which we're going to talk about, and then we're going to talk about role playing. Role playing is very, very important. All right, so increasing the show up rate. So we want to increase the exposure people have to us prior to the call. Trust is harder now in 2025. When I first started in 2021, it was a little bit easier back then, but we're in 2025. It's a lot of people fucking scamming, right? So that's the reality. So we have to be better. We can okay, this is how it works. You could be better or you can get better, right? So you want to get better. So trust is harder now. So you have to increase exposure prospects have to you prior to the call. And then you're pre-selling your content. The same way I'm pre-selling here to y'all that's gonna get in our paid program, I pre-sell in my credit repair targeted videos as well, right? And then even if you want to say funding, business funding as well, because I'm letting people know that these are the requirements and all that, right? So it helps build up trust and fill up the 7 hour rule tank. You want to look at it like a gas tank. How many hours of content can I get this person to watch before they hop on a sales call? So what does this look like? When someone books a call, you want to have your CRM, your automation, send them an education video about your company. This is how credit repair works, right? So just you giving a sauce, you doing what you need to do, right? And then you want to also send a video case study of you helping someone else. People need to believe that you can actually do what you do, right? They want to believe that you can actually do what you do. It's not necessarily that people just want to be skeptical about everything. It's just that's what the market is. So send them a video case study of somebody that you helped, right? So we do that as well. And then you're going to send a video beforehand with the exact pain point that someone has and you solving it. So, for example, I just took a screenshot of one of our credit repair clients. So, prior to the call, someone on my team said, "Hi, we've already created your credit analysis and we'll be sending you a Zoom link shortly for your meeting on blah, blah, blah. We also recommend you watch this video Michael released on deleting bankruptcies if you get a chance." This particular client booked a call and they said their pain point was bankruptcies. You see why we ask certain questions on the application form? So we're able to show them we've solved a problem for multiple people prior to them. That increases the believability, right? Because there's so many scammers out here, you got to make sure that these people believe what's going on. You see, they said thank you. So they're going to watch that, they're going to close, and that's what that's going to be. And then the main thing too, let's say the client doesn't close after we do all of this stuff. The beautiful thing about it, numbers, right? There's always going to be more people you get. There's always going to be we can talk about like follow-up sequences for people that don't close right away, but I don't want to make this too complicated. So let's talk about increasing the closing rate. So role playing is very, very important. I posted something on my IG where I was talking about how I'm going to do role playing with someone on my sales team. And I like to do it on Mondays just to set the pace for the week. So before they go into their credit repair calls, they feel confident. And I was just realizing that a lot of people were just like amazed as far as like role playing, like, oh, shoot, I should be doing that. So that's just context. That's kind of why I'm creating this video. But you got to think about it too. Why do boxers spar before they go into a fight? So I watch a lot of boxing this past weekend, by the way. So if y'all watch boxing, you know that they had the card with Better Beef and Bivol. Shout out to Bivol winning. They had the Shakur Stevenson versus the person that was subbed in, and Tank is fighting this upcoming week. So I'm getting sidetracked. But anyways, if you and your team are not doing role playing and you're not doing objection handling, you're already leaving a lot of money on the table because you're not working on your skills. It's the same reason why Gervonta Tank Davis, he doing sparring with people. Why Mayweather, the best people, the best boxers in the world, uh, fucking basketball too, right? They run, you know, what's that thing called? Y'all know what I'm trying to say. They run like they play against each other. You gotta have sparring partners, right? And part of that is gonna be what helps increase your closing rate. So every now and then, like I said, on Monday, I'll do objection handling with one of my sales reps, and I'll get on there and act like poor people, right? How do poor people articulate? What's the guarantee? Um, I need to talk to my wife. I don't have the funds. Just all the objections that we hear. I don't have the time for this. So whatever stuff poor people be saying. So I get on there and I act like that, and I allow my sales reps to get better at objection handling. So that's the whole purpose of that. And you should definitely be doing objection handling. If you're the one that's solely doing your calls right now, find a way to do objection handling. Maybe do it with a family member or something. But you need to work on the skill of sales. That's my point. And then obviously studying your calls. So that's important as well. So yeah, y'all see this is what I posted. So it's gonna be a busy week as far as credit repair calls. So I texted one of my closers. I said, it's gonna be a busy week for you. Let's hop on and do some role playing before your first call. So I'm gonna get on there. I'm gonna just act like a crazy client that's not trying to be closed, right? And then that's gonna help him once he actually gets to starting his day and having his multiple calls. He's gonna be more confident, right? So just think about everything like boxing. That's I always like making that analogy because it's very simple to understand. When you think about like even you doing your disputes in boxing, you don't know if someone's gonna get knocked out right away or if you gotta go the whole distance, right? So you want to just have that mentality of boxing. Okay, sparring partners. I need sparring partners for my sales. So when I get into like fight night, which is gonna be with your actual clients, then you're gonna be well prepared, right? You're gonna be able to handle all the objections. The objections are like their hook, their left hook, whatever you want to call it, right? So, yeah, y'all get the point. So, sales call structure. When it comes to increasing the closing rate as well, we want to make sure we have a sales call structure. I don't like to go by a script. So, I have a sales call structure training that I gave my students in my paid program. But I'm gonna give y'all, just some free sauce here too, just so you can go make some money, and then when you're ready to get into the pay program, you can come and fuck with us. But anyways, so this is basically it. You're gonna build a rapport in the beginning. Okay, how's your week going, right? And then they tell you how their week is going, and then they say, "How about you?" Right? Because obviously people are gonna be, "Oh, how about you?" You're gonna be like, you don't want to seem like you're just not doing nothing. So you want to be like, it's busy, but you can't complain, so that you're already framing and knowing that they're making them know that you're not someone to be played with. Like you're busy, you got a lot of calls going on and all that, right? Even let's say you just starting, right? Where we're at in our business, that's actually the case now. But I know when I first started, that wasn't necessarily the case. If I was just starting in 2021, I would still be saying like, oh, it's very, very busy, but things are going good. So then you're going to frame the call. I have notes from your application, but I want to see if everything looks like I can help you. Then I'll make an offer. Does that sound good? You're not putting so much pressure on, oh, you got to buy, right? So you're just framing a call in a way that it's like, okay, this is like a doctor's appointment. I'm just seeing what's wrong with you. If I feel like I can help you, I'll give you the solution, which is your offer. So then you're going to dive into the pain points. What brought you onto the call today, right? So you're just asking questions and taking notes, and then you're going to perform discovery. So this is going to be where majority of your call is. So it's going to be question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. And then you're going to pitch your offer. So whatever it is, right? If it's a $1,000 credit repair offer and then the deliverables. So like I said, I get more into context in the paid program, but as far as just free information, this is definitely enough for y'all to go make extra thousands of dollars a month. So in summary, in terms of increasing your show up rate, you want to increase the exposure people have to you prior to the call. So you handling their objections, you solving a problem for them, like the text I showed you with the bankruptcy, right? You showing education, you showing case studies of people you've helped before. This is basically just human stuff, right? You just want to display it. Like I said, it's simple to implement, but the reality is it's not necessarily just going to work right away. So just the sooner you do it, the better it's going to be. And this is obviously always better with proper guidance. This is why we have me that's been doing this for years, teaching other people how to do it because I know this is not easy, right? Those of y'all that know my story, I invested $3,500 into a mentor. That's basically what allowed me to eventually leave my 9 to 5 as a chemical engineer, out earning my job, right? So it didn't happen overnight. It happened through mentorship, right? So had I not had a mentor, maybe I would still be working a 9 to 5. I definitely wouldn't have done it as fast as I did if I didn't have that proper guidance. So, like I said, if y'all have the right mindset, you're ready to get to the next level. We'll have a link in the description or the comments where you can go ahead and book a call. We'll see if we can help you get to that next level. So, with that being said, let's talk about the consequence of not doing it correctly, right? If you don't implement everything I've been saying correctly, this is what you could be losing. So let's just use a $1,500 credit repair offer, right? So let's say you increase your show up rate, but you keep the same closing rate. So we're only increasing one variable. That's simply show up rate. Remember, you want to increase that show up rate through increasing people's exposure to you. A lot of credit repair businesses, they just have, okay, book the call. You know, this is your confirmation. That's it. They don't talk to them no more. They don't give them a freebie or like a lead magnet or anything. So you want to take these stuff into consideration, what I'm saying in this video. So let's say, for example, you got 40 calls booked in a month. That's not too much. That's 10 calls per week. Example, show up rate, let's say it's 30%. Your show up rate should be higher, but I just want to use low numbers. So 30% of that shows up, that's going to be 12 clients. Let's say your closing rate is average. Let's say it's 30%, right? You're going to close about 3.6 clients. Revenue is just going to be 5,400 for the month. Obviously, you want it to be higher, right? If you're just getting started, then cool. It is what it is. So now let's say we double our show up rate, right? So we do everything that I said. We implement everything I've been telling you to do as far as increasing the exposure. We set up the automations, all that, and we doubled our show up rate. Let's say we keep the same closing rate. Now our revenue doubled to $10,800, right? So you see you're sacrificing money on the table when you don't increase your show up rate. So if you don't know your show up rate right now, that's a problem. You need to know your show up rate. If you don't know your closing rate right now, that's a problem. You need to know that, right? In the paid program, I give them Excel spreadsheets so that they can calculate and keep track of their show up rate and their closing rate. These stuff in business, just to be frank, those of y'all that's my ideal client, I'm posting this to attract y'all, right? The poor people that's not going to invest in themselves, the poor people that don't get the importance of investing in themselves, I don't give a fuck about them. I'm talking to you that's not poor, you that invests in yourself, you that understands business. The reality is sometimes you just got to pay to get access to this information because you don't know what you don't know. Some of y'all, you might be looking around like, oh, shoot, I don't even know my show up rate. I don't even know my closing rate. Whole time you don't know in our paid program, I literally give them resources to track that. So there's no excuse not to know it. So just keep that in mind, man. When you're ready to stop, playing around, you know where to come. So let's say you increase your closing rate and you keep the same show up rate. It's going to be the same effect. You're going to double your revenue. So now what happens? Let's say we increase both our show up rate and our closing rate. We double both of them, right? So now we're going to 4x our revenue. We're going to go from 5,400 to $21,600. You're literally sacrificing at least 16,200 every month. And some of y'all numbers might be lower than the numbers we use as an example. So imagine how much money you're losing when you're not implementing everything I'm talking about. So now what happens when you can justify doubling your prices from implementing the CAT credit bulletproof sales funnel, right? When you implement this correctly in the paid program, I teach them how to implement it correctly, right? You watching it for free right now, you might just look at it like, okay, cool, but you don't know how to properly implement it. When you implement this correctly, what's going to happen is you're going to be able to justify doubling your prices. If you go look at my case study with Jason, I showed y'all, and he talked about how I helped him double his prices. And I've done a separate video where I literally showed the proof as well. So if you're new to my channel, maybe you haven't seen it, go look at client case studies, look for the video with Jason. We helped him double his business because he implemented the right stuff. He paid. When you pay attention. It's a reality. So you're going from 5,400 to $43,200. You're sacrificing at least damn near 40K every month when you don't have the proper knowledge, right? When you don't have that proper implementation. That's at least $500,000 every fucking year. You're passing by. Even more. I'm just using small numbers as an example. So really understand the importance of implementing the proper systems. All right, so what should you do to get there, right? So we're going to talk about what you should do based off of where you're at revenue-wise. So let's talk about content marketing versus ads. So content marketing is low cost when it comes to money. It's high cost when it comes to time, right? You're using your time. It's slow on speed, but it does compound. Ads, high cost on money, low cost on time. It's fast on speed. It doesn't compound if you just suddenly stop doing it. So when should you run ads? I recommend you run ads when you're doing at least 15K a month because you can actually afford the ads. Maybe spend the 2 to 3 thousand a month on ads. I think anything less, you should mainly be focused on content marketing, specifically YouTube long form SEO content. YouTube is so dope because if you're a nobody on YouTube, right, you can start gaining views just by solving SEO content. We got less than 10,000 subscribers here on my channel, but I'm still we don't optimize for views, so we're optimizing for quality of answering people's questions. And we make a lot of money from YouTube, not because, of audience, because like I told you, we got like 9,000 subscribers at the time I'm recording this. But we're just consistently talking to who we're supposed to be talking to. We're making ourselves more findable for our ideal audience. You, the rich mindset, rich financially business owner that's looking to grow and scale your credit repair business, right? We're talking to literally you. So let's talk about content creation made simple. So if you're at 15K a month and above, I say you run ads and you do YouTube long form SEO content. If you're at 14K and below, I say focus on YouTube long form content. Find a way to get into our paid program ASAP so we can help you make more money. So you can get to the point where you're running ads, right? It's really that simple, right? So let's talk about content creation made simple. So top of funnel content is going to be content from new people that just found you. So it's going to be cold traffic. So this is what I meant by like you can get on YouTube and just start creating content, even if you're like a nobody per se, right? So the best credit repair company in 2025, for example, middle funnel content, it's content to help nurture those people that are leads. So those people that subscribe to you, those people that follow you on Instagram, whatever, right? But they haven't pulled the trigger and you're helping them solve their problem. So you could say like how to remove late payments. Three banks giving 100K in business funding. And then you got bottom of funnel content. This is content that helps shift beliefs because you got to remember in 2025, especially with credit repair, there's more scammers than legit people. So you have to display that believability to people, right? So I did a video, for example, where I said, okay, this is a client where they didn't get results on one of the rounds that we did. So I just showed the reality of it. Most credit repair business owners, they wouldn't show the bad. They're only going to show the case studies. And I've been victim to that in the past too. I mean, I know who I am. I know I don't scam nobody, but I understand that somebody is just seeing me randomly. They don't know. So I was like, okay, let's take it a different route. Let's show a video where a client, it took a while to get results. So I did that video and I know that video helped. So keep that in mind, right? The whole bottom of funnel content is to help people shift their beliefs so that they pull that trigger to work with you. And then remember, it's a game of no like trust factor. You need to be posting content consistently on YouTube. I've been saying this. You got to address these three stages of the sales funnel because most people are not ready to buy right now. That's the reality, right? That's where I was telling y'all about like how most gurus they might be like, okay, this is so super simple, super easy. What I'm saying is simple. It's not necessarily easy. The shit's gonna take time. It's not easy to be patient. I understand that. So keep that in mind and then respect the 7 hour rule. So just consistently post that content, valuable content. You could also create a free lead magnet so that when clients get initial results, they're going to be more incentivized to work with you on a deeper level, aka paying you. This is more elite level stuff, but I don't want to get too complex here. All right, so finally, how you can get help doing this. So you can obviously keep watching more of my content and try to do it yourself. But if you're a rich mindset business owner, you're ready to just stop BSing and get straight to it. We can literally help you. So go ahead and book a call in the description. With that being said, I look forward to us seeing if we can help you on the call or y'all just keep watching my videos. Either way, y'all have a blessed one.